Hi everyone, my name's Christopher Skinner. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about business models and specifically talking about the people model inside of the business model, which in my opinion is at least 50% of what makes a business successful. Today, I want to talk about another set of invisible metrics, which is frankly, it's intelligence, but it comes from a different type of source. Recently, I've been studying Yann LeCun, who is the French scientist, winner of the Turing Prize. He has been chief AI scientist at Meta for a number of years, I believe since 2013. And as of the making of this video, it sounds like he's quitting Meta. Seems like he's gotten a little cross with how intelligent is AI. And watching just how passionate he is about this topic has been honestly quite exhilarating for me. This is a new set of metrics that I've yet to calculate, and as of today, I've managed to build an algorithm that is responding really well to his definition of intelligence, meaning I can quantify what he's talking about. And just to break it down, and there's a couple little leaps of faith, I should say, he's mostly talking about AI. And when I've seen him on YouTube, he talks about AI is not getting to any particular state that he's happy with because of the over-reliance on LLMs, because of maybe just general enthusiasm that's gotten a little bit out of hand, who knows. But I noticed that he's pretty good at complaining about AI not reaching a certain level of intelligence that's human. But then it made me wonder, can his definition of intelligence be applied to humans, to people? And I did a little research, and the answer is, why not? Because the way he's describing intelligence is based on traits, fundamental things to humans. So he's applying a mathematics, if you will, or a logic, not mathematics, logic, to AI that can be applied to humans. So I programmed it. And it turns out I have a system now that can measure the response from AI using the same capabilities as measuring a person. So even you can measure the two independent, you can measure the two interactions. Now, going back to what's his definition, he has a couple of things that are quite interesting. One is your perception of the real world. How well does AI really understand the real world? How well do humans understand the real world? That's a good one. Reasoning. A lot of people, especially smart people, are pretty good at reasoning. And in my calculations, you can see many intelligent people really good at it. Memory, persistent memory. He is very critical of AI, but it turns out one of the things that I found quite funny was there's a lot of people that aren't so good at it either. And then planning, the ability to plan. He is critical of AI's ability to plan. Well, it turns out in running tests, what I've discovered is that AI is about halfway there. It turns out it's about as smart as half the people. And depending on your view, you might disagree with that, but a lot of people are very, very impressed. But I look at it as maybe, what they see coming out of AI is quite impressive. And I'm impressed by many of the answers that I get. But it's not at the level I would say I'd want to make a business decision on its own. It doesn't seem to be. It might be good at analytics, but is it good at giving choice, and is it good at creativity? And I'm not saying cat videos are creative, okay? I'm saying a creative business model idea. And it turns out at least 40% of the people that are running businesses are way better than AI. So we have a long way to go. We've gotten far, but getting to that next level, it looks like it's going to be a steep climb. Um, the other thing that I'd like to point out is whenever we're talking about humans or we talk about machines, we have to be talking about specifications. And one of my passions is creating those specifications. And it turns out those specifications happen to be um, personality traits, mindsets, dysfunction, and lately, LeCun's definition of intelligence, which has been a real pleasure to discover and an honor and I don't know, call it lucky, but somehow making it work and getting the results that make sense. People that have high intelligence, um, generally speaking, they're doing pretty well. They're navigating life. They're not perfect, but they're navigating pretty damn well. Um, and so that's the whole point is LeCun's methodology that has inspired me is a beautiful way to find causality of outcome and to be able to finally have a system that can completely measure traits, including the ones that hinder us from making good decisions, and being able to, as AI integrates into human systems, to have the same system of measurement is encouraging to see. So my passion is invisible metrics. I'm always discovering invisible metrics. And thank you to Yann LeCun for pointing out through his incredible research over 2 decades some of the most important metrics I've seen